Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at the first selection box for the month of July. And in this selection box, there is actually a really good character in here that you definitely want to try to get if you want to get a lot of coins. So let's take a look at this first selection box. So this selection box, just like any other selection box, there's going to be 12 different Tsums that you could get. And this event is going to run until end of day July 10th. So there's still a little bit of time to try to get one of these 12 Tsums. So let's take a look at the 12 Tsums that are available in this selection box. So here in this image we have Gaston, Fantasmic Mickey, and also Pastel Ariel, which is the first 3 Tsums that's on this ad. We also have Bunny, Young Elsa, Chernabog, Merida, Wendy Darling, Prince Phillip, Maui, Crush, and Mater. So these are going to be our 12 Tsums, and honestly out of these 12 Tsums, they're not necessarily that exciting. The only one that I would actually recommend you to get and try to max out is Gaston. And I think the game decided to do this on purpose, that they leave one really good Tsum in there, but the other 11 is not that great. But anyways, let's take a look at my top 3 here, and I will also go over why they are my top 3. So my number 1 is Gaston. And for those of you that are looking for a Tsum that gets you a lot of coins and missed Jedi Luke back in May, and Gaston is going to be your second best option. When it comes down to how much time you spend playing per game and how much coins you earn, Gaston sometimes could be a good performer as well. I personally like to use Jedi Luke versus Gaston, but there are other players out there that use Gaston to earn a lot of coins and not use Jedi Luke. I may get into using Gaston more often just for the purpose of practicing with Gaston. I'm definitely not the best player with Gaston, but Gaston is on par with Jedi Luke, that you can possibly earn 8,000 to upwards of 10,000 coins per game. But you do have to play really fast and your phone cannot lag. If your phone lags and your swipes don't go as well, then you're going to run into some challenges. So there is a little bit of practice involved. My number 2 pick is Wendy Darling. And this is strictly because of the coin earnings compared to all the other Tsums that are available. She's really not that amazing, and really at skill level 6, I didn't even get to 4,000 coins. So really she got number 2 because they're just all not that great. And then my third pick is Pastel Ariel. She is a really cool character. I really like the pastel colors, and she is pretty easy to use. And at skill level 6, I barely got over 3,000 coins, so for coin earnings, it's not that amazing. So again, Gaston is going to be my number 1, Wendy Darling is my number 2, and finally Pastel Ariel is my number 3. And really the only one that's noteworthy is Gaston because of its coin. But regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at all 12 of the Tsums, and let me go over why I really like Gaston and why he's a top coin earner. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to link in the description below and also in the top right hand corner here a tutorial on how to properly use Gaston and earn a lot of coins. If you follow these instructions and have a good phone that doesn't lag too much, my phone unfortunately lags a little bit during these game demonstrations while I'm recording, so it's not going to be the best amount of coins that you can earn. But take a look at this video and then also take a look at the tutorial after if you're interested in using Gaston to earn a lot of coins. And also, if you already got one copy of Gaston, I would actually recommend you to use your skill tickets on Gaston because it is a good coin earner, especially if you don't have Jedi Luke yet. So the way you use Gaston is that you want to maintain his ability and keep the ability going. Once you have the ability set up and get it going, you'll be able to continue it non-stop. To set it up is a little bit more difficult though. There is some steps that you need to follow, but once you get the steps down and you're able to get these Tsums started, you'll be able to just repeat the process over and over again. And really what you want to do is once you have the ability activated, you want to start counting in your head and only do 3 clears as fast as possible. That's about how much time you have. And sometimes if you get stuck clearing or chaining these Tsums, that's where it really messes people up, is because the chains get stuck or your phone lags a little bit, then you won't be able to make those perfect chains or the maximum amount of chains. So in theory, if you're able to connect all of the Tsums on the screen, making that 45 chain will earn you a lot more coins. As you watch my gameplay here in this particular game demonstration, I'm not making really great chains here. I'm not completely capturing all of the chains or connecting all of them. So that's why my score isn't going to be necessarily that great. But again, I do have another video that shows a more in-depth tutorial on Gaston, on how to use it. And also I will show you what my coin earnings were for those game demonstrations. So I'll link it again in the description below. Yeah, check that out after this video. My number 2 pick is Wendy Darling, and Wendy Darling is from the Peter Pan series. Her ability description is clears all Tsums in the center. And the gameplay that you're currently watching right now is a skill level 6 game demonstration, and she's really easy to use. The only thing that you need to be aware of is just make sure your center area has a lot of Tsums before you activate her ability. If you have that down, you'll be able to get a lot of Tsums. Her blast radius is actually pretty big compared to other center clearing Tsums. You should be able to get anywhere between 30 to 40 chains per blast. It depends if you have any big Tsums on the screen. The more big Tsums you have on the screen, the longer the chain's going to be, earning you more points. And at the end of this gameplay here, Wendy Darling at skill level 6, I was able to get 3,627 coins. Again, Wendy Darling's not necessarily great for anything else besides coins, so I wouldn't spend my skill tickets on her. Alright, and then my number 3 pick is Pastel Ariel from the Little Mermaid series. Her ability description is clear Tsum Tsums in the shape of a circle. So very similar to Wendy Darling, the ability does clear in the center area, but Pastel Ariel's ability actually happens in 2 parts. So first, she spins a little circle in the center of the screen, and then it bursts a little bit more in the center area afterwards and creating that little bubble. So that little bubble will become a magical bubble, and sometimes there's abilities in them. So it's a really easy Tsum to use, and in this case, her circle is on the outside, so it's opposite of Wendy Darling. So you definitely want to make sure that the entire screen is settled before you activate it. And what I mean by when the entire screen is settled is that make sure that all 45 Tsums is on the screen before you activate the ability. And if you have a big Tsum on the screen, that's even better because your chains are going to be even longer if it's caught up in the blast. Sometimes it's not, like Pumbaa here. But at the end of this gameplay at skill level 6, I was only able to get 3,102 coins. So out of this selection box, it's considered good. But overall, from a perspective of all the available Tsums in the game, 3,102 coins for a skill level 6 Tsum is not that great. We do have other Tsums that are available at skill level 4 that could reach this 3,000 marker. So keep that in mind, that the only one that's really worth investing is Gaston. So that's pretty much it, my review for all of these Tsums that are available right now. I am going to let these gameplays play out and show you game demonstrations for the other ones, but they're not necessarily too noteworthy, but at the same time I still want to show you what their ability looks like. So if you're interested in seeing any specific one, take a look at the description below where I left timestamps on all of them. And if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, definitely don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and thank you guys so much for watching.